eye doctors and boat racing stand-up comedy performed by Grady. He always answers before me during academic challenge, so be rude to him.
Alright, so a couple of weeks ago, I broke my eyeglasses. I got hit in the face by a soccer ball, and I had to go to the eye doctor and get my lenses changed after 4 years. You ever wait that long? You get there, and you get new ones, and you put them on, and you're like, man, I could have been seeing this whole time. How is instantly improved vision not at the top of your to-do list? No, I don't have time to see. I don't have time to see clearly. I don't have time. You see what's on my desk? I mean, I can't, but... So I go to the doctor, and you want to take that quiz seriously. You don't want to get these mess up and get these giant Coke bottle lenses. I didn't take it seriously. Just seeing shadows and shapes. Are you still in here? So I sit in that big giant throne. He slides that goofy thing on my face, and for a second I'm always like, are these my glasses? What happened to me? That'd be some pair of glasses, wouldn't it be? You like it better like this or like this? I like that one, but I want to see that one again. I hate that test, because I can never commit to one of the options. I can feel my eye doctor losing his patience with me. All right, Grady, we're going to try this one more time. You like number 1 or number 2? I don't like either one of those. But that's not the question I asked you, was it? I asked you which one you like better, and I was careful to phrase it that way. So let's try this yet again. Do you like number 1 or number 2? They're about the same. Well, why would I waste your time and my time by making them the same? So let's try this one more time. What do you want from me? There's another test they do. I don't know what it does, but I get an anxiety attack in the middle of it. Tell me the exact moment point A crosses over point B. Now! No, now! Then! I don't know what happened. It happened? I don't know. I'm worried if I'm off by a 16th of a second, I'm going to get these giant Hubble coming attraction glasses. You must have messed up that A-B test. Did I ever? Grand opening. You know, it's weird in the eye exam. Doors closed, it's dark in there, it's just him and me. I always feel uncomfortable when he pulls his chair uncomfortably close to me. He's like this far from my face. Then he points his goofy light in my eye for about an eternity. How you doing there? I'm a bit uncomfortable, to tell you the truth. Can you back up a tad? Are you looking at my soul? You want a tic-tac? And I don't know if this is true or not, but when my dad went, he said that they asked for trifocals, which these works you can see close, medium, or far away in 3 different sections. I don't know, I can't even imagine getting used to that. There's a comet, there's a book, there's a plane! Is that a flying fish? Is that Jupiter? So while I was there, they had these speakers in the waiting room that do not work at all. They always play static. But they switched to a news feed at one point, and they started talking about this guy, cigarette boat racing. And he crashed his cigarette boat, and it exploded. And he got injured, but all he suffered was a broken toe. Now I can understand if they could say all they could find was the driver's toe. I don't understand, how do you do that? Can you imagine? His boat's exploding, and he's flipping in the air, and he's like, oh no, I'm gonna get wet. I wonder if the water's cold. Does he show up to work the next day like, got injured, how'd you do it? Cigarette boat racing? You know it. You want to sign my cast? All right, that's all for me. So my doctor, he told me my blood pressure was low, and I need to start looking at food labels when I eat stuff. So I'm at the store and I'm reading the Chips Ahoy food labels. I don't know who designs these, but they need to be revamped in some way. Because the Chips Ahoy food labels says the serving size is 2 cookies. Who eats 2 cookies? I eat Chips Ahoy by the sleeve. 2 sleeves is the serving size. I have a bag behind me for when I eat them like a beaver, so when the chips come behind, I can open that later as a snack. Now, I don't know, have you ever met someone who's like, hey, do you want another Chips Ahoy? Oh, I don't know. I've already had 2 whole entire Chips Ahoy. Might be able to muscle one more down. I'm stuffed to the rafters. Are they calling I'm assuming the ER is gonna come. This guy nuts? We have an emergency, we have a 3 Chips Ahoy food eater. How many did he have? Doesn't he read? And then another serving size that I don't understand is ice cream. I don't know if you've read the serving size for ice cream, but I think at the factory, some guy was writing a joke and it just went out. Hey, come here. Look what I wrote for the serving size on ice cream. I wrote it as a joke, but it's just going out like that. Nothing you can do now. Just let it go. So I read the serving size for ice cream. It's a half a cup. Who eats a half a cup of ice cream? You ever go with your friend? Hey, you want to go out and get a bite to eat? Oh, I don't know. I had a half a cup of ice cream. I just kept eating and eating and eating. I must have had 2 spoonfuls. I think the serving size on ice cream is when you can no longer do this in the thing. Sometimes even rip the side, just stick that through there. Now, sometimes I always look like an idiot. In elementary school, I always looked like an idiot. You know, the worst day in elementary school was the spelling bee. Remember that day? Because before you were an idiot and no one else knew. But then when they introduced the spelling bee, it was like, all right, kids, up against the wall. Time for a public humiliation. Spell a word wrong, sit down next to your friends. That's great for little egos. You sit down and you're like, man, I wasn't even close. I was using numbers. I always admired that guy that would get it wrong like the first round. You know, he didn't want to stand there for 3 hours, so why try? He just goes up there, right, first word, cat, K-A-T, I'm out of here. As you walk by, I know there's 2 T's. And then some of the content in elementary school was hard. You know the I before E rule? My teacher would come up, he's like, all right, Grady, what's the I before E rule? I before E, always. What are you, an idiot? Apparently. I before E, except after C, and the sounding is an A, as in neighbor and way. And on weekends and holidays and all throughout May, you'll never be wrong, no matter what you say. It's a hard rule. It's a tough rule. Another thing was plurals. I always hated plurals. They'd come up to you, all right, how do you make a word a plural, Grady? How do you make it a plural? You add an S to the end. No. So that's the smart kid, Erwin, who always knew everything. All right, Erwin, what's the plural of ox? Oxen. A farmer used his oxen. Good. Grady, what? What's the plural for box? Boxen. I bought 2 boxen of donuts. No. So think back to the smart kid. Erwin, what's the plural for goose? Geese. I saw a flock of geese. Good. Grady, what? What's the plural for moose? Moosin. I saw a flock of mooses. There were many of them out in the woods. And the woods in. The meese wanted food. Food is to eat, is it? And there was a science project. I always hated that day. Remember your head would pop off the pillow? Oh no, that's due today. I had 9 months to work on it. I have nothing. I have a cardboard box. Boxing. So I don't know what I do for mine, so I just grabbed a cup of dirt, hoping she just put an F on there and so I can go home early. So I just stand there with my cup of dirt. These kids are pulling up with volcanoes. They can't even tie their shoe, but they have volcanoes. So I'm just standing there. The teacher walks up to me. All right, Grady, what do you have here? It's a cup of dirt. Well, explain it. Well, it's a cup with dirt in it. I call it cup of dirt. Just move on. Just move on down the line. All right.